Thank you for joining. So this is Thailand. I'm Valerie Mackenzie. Sawadee ka.
I'm Johan Wimonchalau, Swadee Krap.
And I'm Tapani Manawe, Sawadee ka.
Traffic, and more traffic. That's the subject you want to talk about.
Yes, it is, and one that I get very, very upset about. And many of you actually might have experienced this. What we call in the U.S. is rubbernecking.
Well, I don't know that. I'm not from the US.
Coming from the fact that whenever you seem to pass, especially here in Thailand, no offense, whenever you seem to Thais seem to pass some type of accident, whether or not it's actually in your lane or on the opposite side of the road, the neck seems to stretch and look.
This rubbernecking looks a bit like this.
Causing massive amounts of traffic, even though there's no physical obstruction to your side of the road. And I happened to run into this yesterday, driving along thinking, there must be an accident or something. But no, it was construction on the other side of the expressway. People just wanted to
have a look
and just slow down and, oh, look at that, construction.
You
So
want
you
to
were
be
very
in the
calm,
know.
cool, and not collected.
No, there's a few words that would get probably censored out on this program.
Actually, it's even worse when there's an accident because they want to know, they want to see, how badly did the other person get hurt, and you just experienced construction. If there was actually an accident and a body, you'd be stuck there for hours.
Indeed, you would. What's the story, Tara, about the flashing lights, the hazard lights?
So this is the talk of the town of the day. I just read this in the morning before I came here, and it was in Pantip, actually, in a discussion forum, that someone who is a regular road user went in and blogged about how annoying it is when people drive, especially because it rains now every day. So every afternoon we get the rain pour and people are starting to drive with the hazard lights on.
Flash.
Yes, which is actually illegal. You're not supposed to put the hazard lights on unless your vehicle is stationary. Is that right? It's actually
or you're
in the law.
in a parade where you're actually going with a whole group of cars with a police
Right.
escort. That's the only two occasions.
Thai drivers do this as well when they're going through an intersection and there's no right of way. And so you either turn left, turn right, or if you want to go straight, they put the hazard lights on. Now, the argument is if someone is coming from the left, they can only see your left indicator. So they assume that you're turning left and they come straight forward and charge at the car, and you will get an accident. The same if you're coming on the right, because the driver in the other side of the car can't always see both of your indicator lights. So this is very dangerous, and there was a raging debate going on about this because they were saying that the hazard lights, because it's blinking, is easier to see than the tail lights.
Depends where you are.
Yeah, it depends
Exactly.
on how you are.
But it's very dangerous if you're driving with that because, say, the other car assumes that you're parked. So they won't know whether to avoid you. And if you're driving with both of those lights blinking, then what if you want to go right? You can't indicate any other way.
So expats beware. When you see the blinking lights, it doesn't mean what you're normally used to.
Beware of the Thai quirks of driving and road habits. Yep.
Are we going to be talking about cars now? We're going to be talking about flooding again.
Well, we'll start first with the flood. It's a hot topic. We started talking about the rain, but Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra yesterday presided over the water exhibition being held by the National Water Resources and Flood Policy Committee. In there, they invited ambassadors and the key players and businesses, diplomats, potential investors, and there was a display of flood prevention measures and forecasts of how the government is going to prepare to deal with the situation. And so far, there has been a lot of confidence expressed, and apparently those who were in attendance were very impressed with flood preparedness.
Maybe they didn't suffer from the floods last year, but nonetheless, let's hope that the confidence that we're being shown actually is well worth it and we're going to be free of floods
That's
this year.
why I'm being cautious and using the word apparently. Yeah.
Moving right along, before we get to the cars, between the cars and the flooding, we have Thai Airways. If we remember a week or two ago, we mentioned that Thai had just received its latest A380, and now it is ready for use in the air for commercial flights going to Hong Kong and, let me backtrack there. Bangkok and Frankfurt, it's a very large plane. Why would they be going to Hong Kong? So now all you traveling here from Bangkok can enjoy the luxurious accoutrements.
And look at that, isn't it fantastic for economy passengers? Finally, after all these years, backseat videos, your own personal video on one aircraft of TG.
Exactly. So you got the nice double-decker style of the A380. I've actually had a chance to fly in it, not on Thai Airways yet, but very comfortable, very spacious.
And quite good legroom, I'm told.
Yes, surprisingly, even in economy, there's quite a lot of legroom. So
I'm told that there's a bar on board as well. I don't know if that's true.
some airlines do have it. Some airlines even have it's kind of like a mini hotel where you have your own cabin.
Very nice.
Very expensive, but very nice, I have to say.
Definitely worth it for those long flights. Huh? All right. Well, next we have a little piece of talk of the town about Chiang Mai, taking a trip up there to JJ Market, and they're clamping down on underage drinking that's going on there. The Chiang Mai governor, Mom Luang Panadda Disakun, has pledged to clean up the popular nighttime district of Chatuchak up in Chiang Mai and vowed to make it a safer place, trying to clear away drugs and weapons and noise and alcohol in the area. In the meeting with 15 bar owners, they joined up and signed an agreement to what they call the White Night project proposed by the Chiang Mai District Office to reduce crime and problems occurring due to the sale of alcohol in the area.
Good idea, and I think probably other complexes like that should also follow.
Yes.
From what we can see. So well done to the governor of Chiang Mai and the bar owners there.
I wonder if it's actually going to be necessary for the JJ Market here in Bangkok. I don't know if there's an alcohol problem to underage drinkers here.
I'm not really sure. All I see is the blended smoothie stalls.
Exactly. So
They come
hot, that's
in
what
handy.
you need. Although the foreigners, I have to say, do go out and have their beer. And you can buy beer there.
Yes, I have seen that now that you mention it, yeah.
But clearly, I don't think there's a problem there at this point in time.
Well, moving along to the exciting news that I know you want to hear. There's been a lot of talk about F1 racing coming to Bangkok. Now they're trying their luck a little north in Chiang Mai at F1. Now, believe it or not, the Assistant Minister for Tourism and Sports, Kun Sombat Kurapan, went to Chiang Mai to discuss possibly bringing Formula One racing to our northern city.
Interesting, isn't it? Because Bangkok talked about it for a long, long time, and I thought we were still hoping to actually get it. But as long as Thailand gets it, that'll be great, I believe.
It would be great. And they actually need 500 rai of land, a quite large, substantially large area to do it in. And they were looking at, obviously, the big part of land up there is the Ratchaprut. And they're thinking, wouldn't it be nice to go racing? You can see all the
Through
nice
the gardens.
Through the gardens.
Wouldn't see a flower.
Now, obviously, there's a little pushback saying that it wouldn't be really fitting in with the whole spirit of the Ratchaprut.
It's not exactly
having race
serene.
cars. Yes.
Well,
So,
what if they have an accident and they go off the roads as well and destroy all the trees?
well, you have a lot of flowers in the air. I guess that's
Yes,
that's
but
the
you'd
thing.
also get bogged, I would think.
Yeah.
In
But
the grass.
they are looking at other areas outside Ratchaprut. But it would be pretty cool. I mean, it's a great location. It's scenic up there, and it'd be bringing a lot of tourism as well.
Well, also, we have an international airport. For those of you watching us overseas, we have an international airport at Chiang Mai, so the aircraft for the F1 drivers can go direct in. There are some traffic problems in Chiang Mai, but nothing like we experience here. So it'd probably be a lot easier to actually have the event in Chiang Mai, a lot less costly for the participants and a good income earner, I guess, for the people in the area.
Oh, absolutely.
So what about the Paralympics? Have you been following those? A little.
A little bit.
I know that we're hoping for gold in a number of events, and I hope we do well. I have to say, I really admire these youngsters and not so young. There's one lady who does dressage on this horse, and she has no arms, and it is just the most amazing ride you've ever seen of somebody doing dressage, going through the motions, and holding the rein with her teeth. I really think it's quite amazing. I think a lot of us able-bodied could actually take a lesson from these less able than we are and really do a lot more than we do.
Oh, absolutely. And even some of the track events, I was absolutely, blown away by some of the performances. as you mentioned, able-bodied people would not be able to do these types of endurance events at all. So phenomenally, and actually, if you remember watching the normal Olympics, there was the sprinter who was had
The
light-
disabled, yes.
but ran qualified for those. So I think you're seeing that those, as people are overcoming those physical handicaps, that bridge between that gap between them is closing.
Well, let's hope that they will see more of it, because I think we need to give more credit to these Paralympics. I think they're doing a fabulous job. Well, we're going to take a break and then we're back with V-Talk. I had the opportunity to go to Chameleon House. It's at Lac Krabang, and I met with a priest who in fact has been working for some time in Thailand. What is so special about where we went was the fact that the father himself said, I want to look after children that are orphans, children that have got HIV, and all these children are disabled in some way. He does a remarkable job. One particular child there has never walked in her life. She's just coming on to 12 years old. In the last few months, with physiotherapy every day, quite strenuous I'm told, she can now walk for the first time in 12 years. It's really quite a story. So enjoy the break, but come back and be with us for Chameleon Homes at Lac Krabang. I think they could do with your help.